Welcome to the bold analysis. The revelation about emergence of a ghost polling station in Baringo that we covered in our last podcast continues to attract reaction across the country. And it has triggered a very hot debate about our hybrid election system, where you literally vote manually, then counting is done and transmission is done electronically. Wait, I'm not going to remind you of the devastating experience of last year's general election, but bold viewers, today I just want to ask first in this video, I want to give a second, and there is something that you, my viewers from America, just go to the comments there and explain to us. What is the difference between mail-in voting and in-person voting? And how does it work? Really, just go to the comment section and give us an explanation. I will personally take time. I'm shooting this video in the midnight. Before I go to sleep, I will read what has been there. It is what I'm going to analyze here. It is what I'm going to analyze in this video. So kindly explain to us, and also get to the comment section if you also understand. Tell us what is it. And I have seen a report that has emerged of an effort to edit the NADCO report. And before Azimio la Umoja knows, actually it will be edited and the new constitution, the new IBC will be in place if everything goes on well. Now today, someone has shared with me an eye-opening video. Where's my phone? And of course, he told me that, Kevin, the reason why William Ruto is going to America, that is his third trip since his election, is deeper than what catches the eye. He's going to US and between 20th to 24th, and I promised you that in the bold desk here, will exclusively and conclusively and comprehensively cover that in that trip to White House. It comes in the backdrop of allegation from the country that US meddled with Kenyan election. And so he told me, Kevin, even US is not that clean. And I've shown me a video I want us to look at here. This news. Georgia, an election board was dumbfounded after finding out that 3,000 ballots were scanned twice in 2020 election recount in Fulton County. The board also revealed that 380,000 ballot images from machine count were not available. Does Fulton County know why there were 380,000 ballot images from the election day? As with the investigation, we have not been apprised of that allegation. This is the list, this is the first, and this is the video of that.
Does the investigation confirm that there are missing ballot images?
Yes.
Yes. Do you know why 380,761 ballot images from Election Day machine count are not available?
We subpoenaed Fulton County for all of their ballot images. We received approximately 518,000 ballot images.
From Election Day?
Those were for the recount.
Those are from the recount, but we have no ballot images for 380,761 ballots from Election Day, correct?
What was subpoenaed was the ballot images for the recount because that's what this case was about, not the election day.
Does Fulton County know why there are not 380,761 ballot images from Election Day?
As with the investigators, we have not been apprised of this allegation. This is the first I'm hearing about it. I have no idea what the basis of that allegation is, and so we would have to we can't answer that at this time.
Would Fulton County agree that every vote should have a ballot image?
What he is saying is that it's true that US meddled with the Kenyan election because even Joe Biden is a product of some election fraud. And has shared another video about how it happens. And that's why I was telling you guys, tell us about this in-person mail-in voting.
So he's got multiple ones, right?
He does. And he's one of our mules too, by the way.
He's a mule. No gloves.
No gloves.
Put him in. Okay, that's at least 10.
Absolutely.
So it's illegal to do this,
Yes.
right? Now this is the same location where someone else also pulled up with the white Ford Explorer. Same day?
This
or
is one box on one day.
Same day.
Same day.
So he's got multiple ones,
He
right?
does. And he's one of our mules too, by the way.
He's a mule. No gloves.
No gloves.
Put him in. Okay, that's at least 10.
Absolutely.
So it's illegal to do this,
Yes.
right? Now this is the same location where someone else also pulled up with the white Ford Explorer. Same day?
This
or
is one box on one day.
Same day.
Same day.
This is another video shared with me about what exactly used to happen. So, it is very clear. And there is another podcast I follow quite often. It's called, I just want to get, it's called Colin Rouge. Yes, Colin Rouge. He shared some very interesting information here. I just want to share with you about a research that was done. Yes, it's called Tucker Carlson Uncensored. He shared some interesting research about elections. In 5 mail-in ballots was a new one. In 5 mail-in ballots were fraudulent according to a new study. 1 in 5 mail-new ballots were fraudulent according to a new study conducted by Heartland Institute. Wow, shocker. I want you to read, I want you to listen to get what they're saying. According to Heartland Institute, Justin Haskins, 20% of people admitted to committing voter fraud in 2020 election. 21% of respondents said they filled out of a ballot on behalf of someone else. 17% they voted in a state where they were no longer a permanent resident. United States is divided into states, but they also tell us about the states and the counties. Then 10% said they knew someone who filled out a ballot in a state that was not their permanent residence. 8% said they were paid or offered a reward for filling out a ballot in the 2020 election. Now, what the good Kenyan staying in US has shared with me is to paint a picture that even there, not that their election is very clean. In fact, he was telling me that in US is where it's the headquarters of election bribery, of voter bribery, and not voter bribery, of election fraud. And there was a time back, there's some soundbite when I think Biden was speaking about election fraud.
We have put together, I think, the most extensive and inclusive voter fraud organization in the history of American politics. Folks, we got a lot of work to do. I don't only need you to get me elected, I need you once I'm elected. No longer just who gets to vote or making it easy for eligible people to vote. It's about who gets to count the vote and whether your vote counts at all. It's about who gets to count the votes, whether they should count at all. But who gets to count the vote count the vote. Count the vote. It's about election subversion, not just whether or not people get to vote. Who counts the vote?
So what does it show? What it's simply showing here is that it's not all over rosy. If you look at this screenshot here, Fulton County, Georgia, 2020 presidential elections, election day recount aberrations. Official results 526K, official results after recount 526K. Ballot images 152, here is 510,000. The other one, you can see the variance. Double counted ballots in original count 550, double counted ballots in count 3,930, ballots not appearing in recount 5,812, and you can see there were aberrations after that recount. So that is what it is, and that is why they are saying, he actually was sharing with me this data and telling me and saying that it is not all over clear. Why am I showing you all this? The bottom line here is, while Kenya as a country, we are obsessed and we have narrowed election reform to who becomes the chairman, from which tribe, is he close to the president, or how is the president going to pick so and so to be the electoral body. But election fraud is a system. It is a system that can still be implemented, and it can perpetuate power. Election fraud is a system that is used to perpetuate power so that people can get their way. 2017 general election, our servers were somewhere in France, and we had the local servers here. Maraga ordered lawyers to go and, for the servers to be opened, and they were never opened. Never. They were never opened. The same happened in the last general election. Servers to be opened. Servers left and center. The discussion about servers was all over there. Now, from what you have seen, there is no trust that even if you go full electronic or full digital, you are cushioned. And that is why I was asking me, because what is that mail-in? Because there seems to be, through that mail-in, it's a conduit of bribe. It's a conduit of fraud. And in fact, there is a fraud even in that transmission. And that is what is really, that mirrors what happened in the last general election. And that is why when we saw that video of a ghost polling station in Baringo, the Kenyans really got irritated that we were actually taking that direction. What is my interpretation of these scenarios, or of course of this situation? Kindly subscribe to our channel, click the notification bell, and like our videos. And thank you very much. I'm so grateful. I've realized, but I have 22% of viewers from United States of America. Then I have 3% from UK. I have, I think, another 2% from Germany. And I want to say thank you kindly. I'm so glad that you share my videos, and that's why we also get a lot of feed, and will be so enthusiastic also to analyze the politics on the other end, so that we also speak to what you relate with closely. Three things really need to be done. The opposition must up their game. And the push on election reform should go beyond who becomes the chairman and how many members of a commission. How many? In fact, there is a proposal that, which is not bad, that when we are going to appoint the new commission, we should have accountants, one person with a background in accounting, one person with a background in ICT. And now what that points out is this. With a secret on election fraud, what can be done, which is systematic, which is now electronic and systematic, all the other factors can just be laid on the table. In fact, Do you remember some time back when Kenya Kwanza in 2022 they went and said, even if you want to put Raila wants Oburu Ginga to be the chairperson of IBC, I don't care, because the people are the ones that are going to decide. Remember that discussion? So what is going on here is, even if you go through NADCO and you successfully get a compromise about the number of commissioners that we're going to have, or about who is going to be the chairperson, you're even not to pick that chairperson. But if this system is in place and the backroom team work behind it, it will still deliver its mandate. And so, this is going to the elections in November. The analysts, there are those who feel like if there is going to be transition from the Biden to another leader, and Kenyan ties with the US reduce, or those interests reduce, Kenya might be free. Would a fall of Biden, Joe Biden, if he fails to get it, if Democrats don't get it, will it signal the downfall of William Ruto? Will it be? This friendship is too strong. Number 3, the election audit in NADCO report was compromised. That issue was compromised. Why? It was compromised by it being framed as targeting individuals, and that was a smokescreen. The discussion the country should be having, and remember the last general election, until the last day to election, we were still in court arguing whether we are going manual or digital. Manual or digital. Imagine the discussion about election, even because we have by-election, so that the discussions about which way to go and what is going to be piloted should start even as early as now. Because many people are now looking at realignment. It's not late. It's not too early. UDR finding a way of making a merger, and I'm saying Ford Kenya is out of that merger. And Azimio, or rather in the Azimio NADCO is proposing scrapping off that coalition political party, and that will signal the death of Azimio la Umoja. And the bottom line here is that audit is key. Whatever that of polling station in ghost polling stations and ghost voters, they thrive not in fiscal, they thrive in system. In the electronic transmission system. They thrive in electronic system of voting, contrary to what people think. In fact, it's even then better. Some people even think it's even better. Even US is pushing for scrapping of mail-in voting for in-person. And I'm talking about it, but seti naijua, but nadhani maybe nafikiria tu casually mtu ana vote na email, mtu mmoja ana vote na mtu mmoja lazima kuwa hapo literally. And that is my take towards that. Thank you guys. Thank you for watching. I don't know what do you think? Biden has said that if Israel is gonna attack Rafah, then he's going to stop supply of critical weapons that have been used. And analysts think that is a decision that is arrived at while he's saying that the weapons that had been supplying to Israel had been used or had caused death of civilians. But then others think it's a trap to the Michigan states where they try to the Jewish community there. So ladies and gentlemen, that's my take. Let's meet tomorrow. I have amazing podcast for you. Thank you.